And welcome back, peeps, to another exciting episode of The World of Ted, where we explore how single Latter-day Saints can learn, live, and love in truly enjoyable dating. I have here a forum post that I found on Third Hour, so let me call this up here and we'll get going. We'll dive right into this. There's a jeez, lost for words. Post here from MN Disciple 27. I'm guessing that's Minnesota Disciple, but I'm guessing. I don't really know. Flowers for coworkers. So let's see what we say here. So here's his original post that started all of this. You can see it's back from 2019. So we're looking at a couple years ago. So a little dated, but not that much. Let's see. So he says, I'm attracted to a female coworker of mine. However, I know that she does not date coworkers. Immediately after she said that, she stated that she would be all right going out with a guy if he was no longer a coworker. Oh, geez. Dude, I can tell you right here. She's testing you, man. She's testing you. We work at a seasonal job that ends in a month, and I feel that a month is a reasonable time to wait before I ask her out. Okay, so then wait the month and ask her out. I happen to know that she likes some other guy, but that she's not currently in a relationship with anyone. I am contemplating anonymously sending her flowers of her favorite color with a message like the following. For a woman with a radiant smile only matched by her radiant soul, coworker that respects your personal rule and is willing to wait. Oh, jeez. Oh. The main idea behind this is so that she knows there is a coworker interested in her, thereby hopefully increasing the chance she does not end up getting a boyfriend within the next month. Oh. You're so going to fail her test, dude. You're so going to fail her test. She does not want to date coworkers because of the weird things that can happen in such a situation. Well, that may or may not be true. So I figure leaving the message anonymous will be better than signing it. My questions. Is sending her flowers appropriate in this situation? I would say no. If so, should the message be anonymous? Again, it's not appropriate. And look, if you're into somebody, then you should just proposition, okay? Extend the invitation to go to the next stage of your dating journey. So I presume, since you're not in any type of relationship with her, that you're not in the exclusive dating stage and you're not in the casual dating stage, so you must be in the friendship stage. So the next stage of your journey is casual dating. The way you progress to the casual dating stage is by securing an agreement to go out on a casual date. So you get that agreement after you extend the invitation. Now, just because you extend the invitation doesn't mean that you're going to get the agreement, but you're not going to get an agreement if you don't extend an invitation. So your next step, brother, is extend the invitation. Should I do something to indicate my interest? Yes, extend the invitation. Note that I do flirt with her, but I have little relationship experience. So I'm not entirely sure if what I do comes across as flirting or not. Well, you do have little relationship experience. That's evident in the way that you're approaching all of this. So look, the way you do it is, a quality woman wants a man to take the lead. So you need to extend an invitation. If you have interest in her, you extend the invitation. You set the frame. You provide the framework, the structure, so to speak, and say, this is who I am, this is what I'm doing, this is what I want, you're invited to come with me. And then you leave it to her to use her agency to say, does she want to be a part of the life that you're offering to her, or does she not want to be a part of that? And she makes the choice. But see, look back up here, man. Look back up here, man. She stated she would be all right going out with a guy who was no longer a coworker. What she's saying is she's testing you, man. She's testing you. She wants to know, are you going to set the frame, or are you just going to allow her to set the frame for how things are going to be? That's the test. And if you allow her to set the frame, well, you may or may not get it. Most likely you won't get it because, again, a quality woman wants a man who will take charge, will take the leadership role, will say, this is the direction to go. I'm going in this direction. Come with me. Set the frame. You've got no frame here because you're sitting here wondering, oh, gee, is this appropriate? I don't know. Flowers are not appropriate in this situation because you're in the friendship stage. And there's so much association between flowers and romance. Well, you're in the friendship stage, brother. Be in the place where you are. Flowers are for later, okay? And in fact, I wouldn't even suggest the flowers are appropriate in the casual dating stage. I would wait until you have an exclusive dating relationship with somebody, then flowers are appropriate. But if you're not in that stage, which you clearly aren't, okay, you're clearly in the friendship stage of your dating journey. So I would just say, look, don't even bother with the flowers, man. Just come up with an idea of what you want to do and say, hey, I want to go do this. I thought you might like to come with me. Would you like to come with me? Don't make it complicated, dude. Just extend the invitation. So anyway, there's my opinion. Let's see what other people's opinions are. So Feather here says, I wouldn't send anonymous flowers. To me, that'd be a little awkward, encroaching on creepy. Amen, Feather. If I were in your situation, I would go to her and say in a joking voice, I know you have a thing about not dating coworkers, but come on, look at me. I'm clearly an exception. Somebody with game. There is this sweet axe throwing place around the corner. Want to go with me Saturday night? Yes. I told you that is how it's done. Now that is just me and my personality. It may not turn out well for everyone, but I would say definitely do not send anonymous flowers. Feather's got it going on. I love that Captain Moroni photo right there. I mean, that's great. But yeah, this is how it's done. Guest Mormon Gator says, bro, you're on a roll today with posts. Agree 100%. OP, in order to succeed in life, you need to put yourself out there. You need to ask this girl out up front. If she shoots you down, it happens to all of us. Hard to believe, but it's even happened to me before too. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's totally right. She's not gonna know until you ask, so get out there and ask. And if she says no, then hey, her loss, right? So I'm guessing this is Minnesota. I'm just gonna say this is Minnesota Disciple. It says, thanks for your input. I was wondering if it would seem creepy or not. From my understanding, some women would find it creepy, while others would find it sweet. I'm curious what others will say. Well, that depends on if she already has some sort of desire for you to begin with. You know, if she doesn't want anything to do with you, then yeah, it is going to be creepy. If she does want you to do something with it because she has some attraction for you, then yeah, she might find it sweet, but I don't know. As far as the latter goes, well, she and I have a strong belief that people should follow rules. I do not want to, even if I'm joking, suggest for her to break a personal rule. And that's fine. I mean, you can go ahead and say that. But at the same time, you want to set frame. You want to say, you know, this is how it is. And you can be a part of this. And that's the attitude you need to have when you extend the invitation. You know, this is who I am. This is what I'm doing. I would like you to be a part of this. You're welcome to join me. You know, and then leave it to her to use her agency to say yay or nay. And if she says yay, then you bring her along to do what you were going to do anyway. And if she says nay, then you just go do what you're going to do anyway. You live your life. You mark your direction. Okay? She needs to come in and join you. It's not, you're too much here of this attitude of, you know, well, I got to change myself and do whatever I need to do. So she'll say yes. So she'll accept me. No, you're giving her the power. You're giving her the leadership role when you do that. And again, quality women do not want a man who will surrender their leadership role. Quality women want a man who will take the leadership role Mark the course and say, I'm going in this direction. You want to come with me, yay or nay? So let's see. Back to Minnesota Disciple. Responding to Brilliant on a Road post. All right, thanks for that response. I'll just wait to ask until our last common working day for the reasons I mentioned in my reply to Feather. Again, I would say, look, don't even bother with that. Because if you wait till the last day of work, it's like, I want to respect your rule, but at the same time, I'm doing this and I want you to come with me. I don't want to wait for that. Just say that. Just say that outright. You think you're being respectful. You think you're going to earn brownie points with her by respecting her little rule. But for all you know, her little rule is just a test to see how much you really want her in your life. She may be testing you, dude. I'm pretty sure she's testing you, brother. And the way you pass her test is, again, you've got to take the leadership role. You've got to set frame. You've got to say, this is who I am. This is where I'm going. I want you to come with me. Will you come with me? Yay or nay? Just leave it up to her, man. But don't be letting her set the stage. Don't be letting her, establish frame. I mean, that's not gonna work out well for you. I mean, even if you do get her to go on a date, right? Again, it's just a casual date. How do you expect to convince her to get the agreement to go to the next stage of your dating journey, which is exclusive dating, if you're not willing to set the frame, if you're not willing to take that leadership role? Dude, think about that. DPRH says, like Feather, I can only tell you what I do in the situation. I continue building a relationship at work, and on her last day, I'd ask her out. The flowers are a good idea, but not anonymously. Okay, I agree, don't send flowers anonymously. I disagree when I say don't send flowers at all. I wouldn't send the flowers at all. I would not do that. Continue building a relationship at work to my last day. Look, if you really want her, dude, just ask her. Say, look, I know you got this rule, but come on. I'm clearly an exception. It's like Feather was saying. That's how it's done. You set the frame. And you mark out, you say, this is who I am, this is where I'm going, this is the life I'm building. Would you like to come with me? Invite her into what you're doing. Jane Doe says, speaking as a lady, anonymous flowers are a mind game, leaving her guessing who sent these and then obligated to stealthily examine each possible coworker to figure out who's doing things and guessing game. That's a horrible idea. I agree. Just own how you feel and ask her out when it's okay to. 2 weeks out, you can even say, hey, I like you, but I know you don't want to date coworkers. Can we see a movie after a seasonal job is done? It shows respect to her wishes and courage on your part. Okay, that may be a good, acceptable, compromise solution if you were. I don't necessarily have anything that. I mean, I wouldn't do that. I would set the frame and say, look, I want to do this. This is what I'm doing. Come with me. I know you got this rule, but consider making an exception. And if you don't, hey, I understand. I respect the rule. If she says no to that, then after the seasonal job is done, reach out to her after the seasonal job is done. Say, okay, you don't have your rule anymore. This is who I am. This is what I want to do. I'd like you to come with me. What do you say? Vort, breaker of chains and mother of dragons, says, how about just asking her out today on a date? Woo! For the day after you leave the company. That way she won't be dating you when you're employed together. That's what I do in that position anyway. So, again, a different take on a compromise solution. And they got this. Omega Seamaster 75. Let's see. So it says, how old are you? I only ask this because it seems like a very high school thing to do. Yeah, it is a very high school thing to do. Just ask her out. It's a seasonal job. Why would you wait? If she says no, then you know where you stand. Why would you waste a month of your life hoping and praying that she may go out with you? As a general rule, I agree with her. You don't date people you work with, but this isn't even a real job. Yeah, okay. I think I've already said enough about that to say Minnesota Disciple. Thanks, I'm probably going to forego the flowers based on what everyone has said. Good call, Minnesota Disciple 27. Responding to the Jane Doe's remarks. First, thank you for stating you're speaking as a lady. It helps lend credence to what you say. Yeah, I have a convoluted mind. You're a guy. What can you expect from? Well, all of us men have convoluted minds. I personally enjoy mind games, but I can see why it would be a horrible idea in this situation. Thank you for clarifying why instead of just saying it is a bad idea. Thank you. That seems like a sound idea. I'll stick with what you said. I feel foolish for not thinking of that solution. No, don't feel foolish, dude. Don't feel it. You're engaged in a process, in a journey where you don't know all the ups and downs. It's like you're trying to go hiking through the mountains without a map. That's what the dating journey is for a lot of us. So don't feel foolish for ignorance. You don't have a map. Now, the map is part of what we're trying to do here and Join the Journey Radio with all the resources that we're providing, including this program, The World of Ted. So, we're trying to give people a map, but still, most people don't have the map, so we've got more work to do. But don't feel foolish because, you're trying to find a way from point A to point B and you don't have the map. How about just asking around a date for the day after you leave the company? Good idea. I feel like a month is probably too far in advance, though. I'll go with 2 weeks instead. It seems more reasonable. In response to how old are you? I do not appreciate how you worded that. What? Okay, you are high school. It feels like every other line is written to attack me. Please be more aware of how others may view what you write, whether or not it is how you intended to come across. Dude, he's just asking for your age, man. He's just asking for your age because somebody who's, in their early 20s is going to think different than someone in their late 20s, their 30s, their 40s. Okay, he wants to gauge where you are. He's trying to ask about you and your situation. Probably so he can make a comment that's more aligned with the place where you are in your life. And the way you just jump to this whole, I don't appreciate how you worded that. I mean, come on, man. Now, ignoring the phraseology, I do agree I should ask her out and set the date for when we are no longer coworkers. Said above, for some ridiculous reason, a thought did not even cross my mind. Neurotypical says, how old are you? A Minnesota disciple. I ask because answers may be different depending on your age and level of maturity. Yes, hello. Grunt says this. You'll miss 100% of the shots you don't take. I married my best friend. Never would have happened if I hadn't drunk dialed cute. Funny girl whose name I didn't even know. Okay. Okay. Thanks for the perspective. But he's right. I mean, you got to go after it. Okay, here we go. Omega Seamaster 75 responds, don't be so sensitive. Nothing I wrote was made with the intention of attacking you. You came here to a forum on the internet looking for advice, and you got some. Facts do not equal an attack. There's a typo there. 1, it's a seasonal job, not a real full-time job. 2, she claims that she won't date coworkers. In general, a good idea, but see number 1. 3, my advice is the same as all the others here. Don't pussyfoot around, just ask her out. 4, if you read a personal attack into everything someone says or writes, life is going to be very tough for you. Yes, it is. That's so true. Guest Mormon Gator. Yes, exactly 100% correct. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. I married my best friend as well, and it never would have happened if I didn't convince her to drop my first college roommate and go out with me instead. I must have been right about something because we've been married for 17 years. Well, it seems a little conceited, but okay. I'm glad you got the girl, brother. Anatest 2 says, speaking as a woman, I go for the guy that is so good they can make me change my mind about not dating coworkers. Yes, you set the frame. You say, look, I am quality. You show that quality by taking the leadership role and saying, I'm going on this. Clearly you can make an exception for me. I know you got this rule, but clearly you can make an exception for me. Have that confidence to set the direction you want to go in, the confidence that she's going to want to be a part of that. And just, you set the frame, man. That is attracted to quality women. Vort says, I asked my best friend to marry me. When my wife heard it, she said, you're joking. But I wasn't. My best friend accepted my offer, and my wife has learned to accept that. What? Were you talking about your dog? You know, dog is a man's best friend. Who are you talking about here, brother? I don't know. Minnesota Disciple comes back. Thanks all. I intended to ask her out in 2 weeks because I thought asking her out a month in advance was weird. However, a great opportunity presented itself today, so I went for it. Woo-hoo! Yeah, got the date! Ha-ha! Congratulations, bro. See, you set the stage. This was my first thread on the forum. There isn't much point leaving this thread open. Is there a way to close it or mark it as resolved? So, yeah, he's just, I guess he's responding here, and he's loving this. He says, I respect that, but asking her to compromise her personal rule, go against what I stand for, I just went with asking ahead of time. Yeah, okay. I mean, look, you want to respect, who she is and what she's doing, that's fine. But at the same time, I'm gonna come down on this and say, you really need to set the frame. You really need to set the frame. Congrats, my friend. Let us know how it goes. You're living proof that good things come to those who actually go and do something. Yeah, because if you don't go and do something, how's the good thing going to come to you? Anatest 2 says, you didn't understand what I said. If you're that good, you won't have to ask. She'll break it to go after you. If you're not that good, then she wouldn't. Plain and simple. What do? Be that good. I love this attitude, okay? Anatest 2, I love this attitude right here because she's speaking from the perspective of a quality woman. Someone says, look, I want the man to take the lead. If you are that good, she will break the rule. The rule, see, you don't even understand why she has the rule. You're sitting here thinking about this with the aspect of intellectual logic, because that's how men think. You are men, you think with intellectual logic. Women do not think with intellectual logic. Women think with emotional logic. So she's making this rule, okay, not from the intellectual logic perspective of, gee, dating coworkers could lead to so many problems, so I don't date coworkers. That's how you and I think as men. That's not how she's thinking of it. She has the rule because it's a test. It's a confidence test to see how confident are you to set the frame, to come to her and say, I know you've got this rule, but I think you should break it because I'm that good. She's testing you, brother, because, see, that makes sense from an emotional logic perspective. She has the rule that says, I don't date coworkers because she wants to get rid of people approaching her, just anybody approaching her. It's her way of keeping undesirable men at arm's length. That's emotional logic. That makes sense from an emotional logic standpoint. It's an easy way not to have to deal with men she doesn't want to have to deal with. But like she says, if you're that good, you won't have to ask. You're not going to have to ask her to break her rules. She'll break it to go after you. In fact, she'll be wanting to go after you if you're really that good. So yeah, I'm with Anatest 2. Here's another response from Anatest 2. However, the represents self states, I went for it. Got the date. Yeah, there you go. No need to close the thread. People will post here if they want to post or not. You don't have to read what people keep writing on the topic. Yep, that's right. Let us have our discussion. Don't shut it down just because you got what you want. Uh-oh. Minnesota Disciple comes back with, well, a bit of a sad update here. Got a text from her a few hours after she said yes. She said that she really didn't see me that way and that the date would be as friends. She's testing you again. She wants you to set frame. I responded, no worries, I understand. Thank you for telling me. If I may ask, why did you initially say yes? She simply said that she never said no to a first date. Oh, gosh. Dude, gosh. She simply said that she never said no to a first date. Dude, she's testing you, man. She's testing you. She wants to know if you're really worth her time. Yeah, thanks for letting me know. Bork comes back. Friend is good. Let's go out as friends and see how we like it. You know, this is the part where you get to say, okay, look, this is a casual date. I mean, you define the terms, okay? So you basically share with her the fundamentals of the dating journey, which is like, well, okay, we're friends. I asked you out on a casual date. Casual date means, you agree to be with me for a certain amount of time doing a certain thing. Once that activity is over, boop, we go back to the friendship stage. There is no long-term relationship. It's casual. Just explain that to her and say, now, if you want to back out, back out. I mean, if you don't, but this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do it. You're welcome to join me, yay or nay. Yeah, and that's it. So, yeah, I might go and check out some of these pages on the second part just to see if we're going to do a part 2 to this. But if not, then that'll be it. But we're clearly here at the end. So, brethren, you got to set the frame, okay? Women want men who will take a leadership role and mark out and say, look, this is who I am. This is what I'm doing with my life. This is the direction I want to go in. I'm inviting you to be a part of that. You invite her into what you're doing. Don't do it the other way around. Quality women want men who will take a leadership role. That's just what it is. So, and that's all we've got for this episode of The World of Ted. So, be sure to, I'm going to keep posting this on YouTube. I might get back into the clips mode, but I haven't decided yet. Anywho, if you like this video, down below, like button, smack that like button. Help me with the algorithm. Help us spread out the beauty of The World of Ted to more and more Latter-day Saint singles. And be sure to come back next week for another wonderful episode of The World of Ted. We discuss how single Latter-day Saints can learn, live, and love truly enjoyable dating. See you next time.